Okay, we're live.
Yo, Snooky gonna sing his song.
Alright, we'll sing a song live. Bro, I sang I'm Just Ken in my girlfriend's car the other day.
What?
I legit sang I'm
Oh,
Just Ken in my girlfriend's car the other day. Right, where's Daco at? I miss the old Daco. Wow, how come I have such a Daco that says Daco British man?
your screen is black on the live stream, by the way.
Yeah, no, I'm fixing it now.
Okay.
That clearly didn't work. Okay, guess we're just gonna do like a screen capture then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna have to do. Right, okay. Okay, hopefully that's good.
Oh, I'm looking.
Huh?
I'm looking. Oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah, it works.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
The creator of Five Nights at Freddy's.
This is the creator of Snooky Sings a Song.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put in like the server. I'm live. I forgot poison flipping. I'm live. Scott Cawthon 2.0.
They rebuilt him. It's actually Snooky in a Scott Cawthon outfit. Hey,
Live
2 minutes.
on YouTube. Go say hi.
Dude, I'm hyped. This is the one that I've been like the most excited for.
I'm still excited for the stable interview.
The Steel interview. You mean announcement? Yeah.
No, not the steel interview. The fucking.
1 minute.
I just posted on my TikTok like just those random pictures said I'm live on YouTube. Come say hi.
I'll post it. Hold on. I'll repost it.
Yeah, repost it.
Put it on my story.
Yeah, we're putting it on your story, bro.
Wait, no. How do
story?
I do it on my story? I'm
I can't even. Wait, can I put like the link to the thing?
right. Come on, it's starting. I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
it's starting. Oh, it's
Balloon.
starting.
Yo. Oh.
1 minute. It's live.
Yeah, that is.
Hold on, I'll turn it down a little bit. Can you still hear it? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
What? What? Okay.
You know?
What just happened? Oh, Mediacat Studios just made a post.
Yeah. Yeah.
that what you were talking about?
There's like, yeah,
Sketch. Or, that's like what Oswald just draws.
yeah. One minute.
Bro, imagine just like saying
Shreddy fast chair.
Imagine just like showing this says nah fuck you and you can even get 6 months. And that's just like
Scott Cawthon says bullshit dumbass and fucking dunno.
we just wake up and then Doc was just in the torture machine.
Right.
You're watching my screen, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Dude, it's so laggy.
Tell me
Is it?
Okay.
what's
Fuck.
in the box.
Yeah.
I think as the 10-year anniversary is upon us,
Oh my
I will
God.
give this as my gift to the fan base on this 10th anniversary.
What's in the
What's in the
box?
Oh my god.
Is
What's it? Is he gonna?
Oh!
Oh no! Oh god!
Aw. Hi, Mabel.
Yeah, she's
Oh.
the best. What's going on, guys? Stalker back again. Hope you're fantastic today. And
Doc
it's the
already
10-year
passed the
anniversary of
task force.
Five Nights at Freddy's. It is August the 5th, which means if you've been looking at the list, what the official Twitter has been saying, it's the interview with Scott Cawthon, everybody.
The editing
Hey, everybody.
is
How's it going?
amazing.
Daco, good to see you again.
Yes,
It's
6
Daco.
years since the last interview, right? Which is crazy. A lot of things have been happening since then, so let's go back
I said
a little
Doc
bit.
when
So
that
the
was
interview
Scott
was
showed up, I'm an idiot.
August 2018. So after that,
Yeah, it was the 4th anniversary.
Help Wanted, Special Delivery, Security Breach, Help Wanted 2, Ruined DLC. So there's a lot going on. And of course, the future
The
games
movie.
as well. Yesterday, Steelwall has announced something. I don't know what it is yet because we're recording this.
They
a
haven't.
couple months before. But guys, whatever it was, I hope you're very excited for it. Future Dorco Into the Pit as well. Stuff to look for. There's so much stuff to look forward to, and it's really cool that you've done like.
Is he not gonna ask
a
about the
week,
movie?
Of exciting things for the
He
10-year
will, he will.
anniversary. You know, we've never seen something like this before. 10 years.
He didn't bring
of
up the
Five
books
Nights at
either,
Freddy's,
so you know.
which is
Yeah.
Must have been the
Dude, the
crazy,
box.
right?
Man, I can't believe it's been so long since our last interview. That really seems like just it doesn't. How long did you say ago it was? 6 years ago?
6
That's
years
hard to
ago.
believe.
months ago.
I
That's
know.
impossible to believe.
Shut up, dude.
I've actually got a song for you.
Oh my god, Snorky!
For you to celebrate the 10-year anniversary.
Okay, no, this is getting things off to kind of an awkward start, but I'll let you
Oh,
go on
guy
ahead.
sings a song.
Okay. Are you
No,
ready
wait,
for
you're gonna
this?
be performing. Wait, you're gonna be performing this yourself, or is something recorded?
I've got the harmonica right here.
Oh, harmonica. Okay, my
I've been
favorite.
practicing this song for over 32 years. Okay?
6 months!
So, are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Come on now, you started this.
Right, okay. Ready? I'm really good. I'm really good.
That's
W's.
Now, I will admit that I couldn't actually hear that. I don't know if I don't know if your thing is cutting the audio out.
Well, I actually played a spell.
Oh,
The spell is from
dude. The
1864
share screen
by
is
a
so laggy.
wizard
Oh, sorry.
named Dewey Muscrewy.
okay.
That spell has now hypnotized you to tell me all the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, jeez. Now, I thought we talked about this in advance. Now, listen. This is a bad idea to start talking about lore. All right, well, here, you have to give me specific questions, and I'll
Right.
see what I can answer
Did you
for you.
drink share screen again? Yeah.
Okay.
I was joking.
But I make
Did you
no
drink
Yeah, I
promise.
can see it.
Scott,
Yeah, I can see it.
tell me what's in the box.
Oh my
it's
god.
just that, man.
Wow, just direct.
Yeah.
Just out and direct, just like that.
Yeah.
Come on, come on.
Well, look, okay. It's the 10-year anniversary. Okay, and even though I like to be elusive, I like to kind of tease the fan base. I like to, and I do like there to be an air of mystery about things. Sometimes I do let things go on for too long, and I understand that sometimes things become not fun anymore, and things can become frustrating for theorists. So, okay, I think as the 10-year anniversary is upon us, I will give this as my gift to the fan base on this 10th anniversary. What's in the box
Come on. Oh god.
is
Shreddy.
No!
Okay.
Oh my god.
and that's about it. And that's it, man.
So, like we've been speaking about, 10 years of Five Nights at Freddy's, which is a crazy amount of time.
Okay.
They better tell you what's in the
We're still
fucking
here.
box.
They said we'll
It's
get
been
back
such a
to this.
journey.
I think they're gonna
So
show
I
it
just wanted to
at
ask
the end.
you, do you have a highlight moment for the whole 10 years of Five Nights at Freddy's since 2014?
I think there have definitely been a lot of
When we built
a lot of
Shreddy.
satisfying moments. Like obviously, if whenever one of the new games would come out and it would be positively received, that was obviously a huge relief. You know, there's never
When the
been
mimics
any
first
goal
appearance in
other
the
than
room
just
happened.
giving everybody
When it was
what we're
ruining
hyped up
time.
about. Because you know when
No,
you
but
when you
you
see
see
everybody
that
getting
in
hyped
time.
up and getting excited, if suddenly something comes out that just is a big letdown, there's no greater fear, I think, for a game developer.
When
So
he finally developed FNAF
that was
1
always
after 6 months.
satisfying and a relief. But I think the biggest highlight was probably just going to the movie theater to watch the movie when it finally came out. Because,
Shreddy!
you know, behind the scenes of all of the games throughout the years
Say Shreddy.
and behind the scenes of all the books being written and everything else, there was always the movie. The movie was just a slow burn project, even just starting as late as 2014. So that has been in the background.
They spent
being
10
progressing
years building
for
Shreddy.
almost the entirety of
It's a really good.
no,
fucking
not almost
Shreddy.
the entirety of that first 9 years. So to be able to actually go sit in the theater
Could you imagine the amount
and
of Shreddy
hear the
memories over within
reaction
10
from
years?
everybody and hear the fans really enjoy it, that was definitely that
But
was
I don't
definitely a
think
moment
Scott's
of,
that innocent, you know.
just
He might not be
real
that
happiness
innocent.
for me, I think.
Why is he so
9
buff?
years, you know,
I know.
getting ups and downs.
He's been working out.
Getting the script right as well. I know
Bro
you
was
said
doing
on
more
post
bench
before
press
you've had
than
so many
Shreddy was.
scripts made for the movie. The plushes in Manhattan or something. That
The
was
plushes
one
in
script,
Manhattan, the
so-
Shreddies in
Yeah, it
Manhattan.
yeah, I can imagine how difficult it's been, like trying to get it.
The
all
Shreddies
done.
and the Shreddy
You know,
cereal
I can just
box.
imagine. Well, I can't imagine it because I'm not
Multiverse
you.
of
But, you know,
madness.
when me, Raz, and Ryan and Baz went to a premiere for it and sat down at the cinemas, and we all looked at each other at the end, and we had to like. We couldn't believe it.
Talk about
And
pop.
we didn't even make the games. We've been there since, you know, basically day one. But we all said, like, imagine how Scott's feeling right now. You know, just sitting down and seeing it actually, you know, on the big screen. It must be a crazy feeling.
Yeah, and now that I've been through the process, you know, I can tell you it's a miracle that any movie gets made. Just being through that process, just how many wheels have to be turning at the same time, and how many things. And even though this process took a long time for me, you know, Hollywood works.
He said, you know-
I mean, it's not-
there's 100 things happening at the same time, and it's
You
a miracle
know.
that these things get coordinated. And sometimes things don't work out, but sometimes they do. On the day that I was driving to New Orleans,
The torture
and the
machine
shooting was
in
supposed
the
to start
car.
the next day. On that drive, I was on the phone. It was like a 5-hour drive from where I was. I was on the phone the entire time trying to finish contracts and finish negotiating points because there were still open items with. There were still things that needed to be resolved with Universal, Blumhouse, the Actors Guild, the Writing Guild. There were just Louisiana. There were all of these things, and any one of
Shreddy.
them not being settled properly would mean we couldn't
Shreddy's is
start
some
filming.
problem.
And all of those conversations
Shreddy
happening at
has
the
his
same time,
own-
and all of them depended on one of the other ones. And so that was a very stressful drive, but that's just the way that Hollywood works. There's a million things happening
That's
at
the
once.
way the cookie crumbles.
It was definitely a whirlwind,
That's the
but to
fucking
see all of those pieces come into place,
Not
yeah,
this
it was
again.
pretty remarkable.
That's the
And-
way the Shreddies
and
get
yeah, like
soggy.
you were saying, just all of the scripts, starting just with 2015, there were a couple of deals that weren't very good that I'm very fortunate didn't pan out. But then, whenever I was with Warner Brothers briefly, that was
The banana splits.
Very grateful.
Talking about Snorky.
But even that, whenever the stars seemed to have aligned, things just didn't work out there either. And so I was really fortunate.
Yeah, because they made the banana splits movie.
Poison's in chat. He just said I love Scott.
They had a lot of faith in the project, and they were following my lead on a lot of things. Sometimes to a fault, because lots of times I would throw things out and want to start over. But they were with me the whole journey. They were with me, and they believed in the vision. And everybody just had the fans at heart. That's all anybody wanted to do. Everybody was just making sure that every part of the movie would be something that the fan base would look at and recognize or relate to or connect with. And I think in the end, we were able to accomplish that. And I'm just really happy with that. And I think we landed with just the perfect cast,
movie. It was
which,
like,
again, that almost didn't happen either. There were a couple of instances
You were the
where
30 weeks
someone else was about to get a part,
Poison.
True.
and then something would happen that would make that not work out, and then someone better would step in. And I've said this to my contacts at Blumhouse
Well, Stratty is
numerous
called
times
Blood
over
Boys.
this last 6 months, even since
6
He
months!
has his own phone number.
He just said 6
6
months!
months!
Like,
6 months!
for this role.
months!
Like, isn't it great we had Elizabeth Lale for this role? Isn't it awesome we had Matthew Lillard for
Isn't
this
it
role?
great we had
Matthew Lillard.
Isn't
Stratty
it great we
Faster
ended up
for
with
this
Piper
role?
Rubio for this role? Like,
We
every
had
single
RTX
person we
as
ended
a
up with was just
puppeteering Chevy
absolutely
Fast, yeah.
perfect
Isn't
in
it
those
great
slots,
we...
and everybody was just a delight to work with.
Snorky for this role.
Once again, since I'm new to kind of the film industry, I got to
Lord
talk
Snorky
to
singing
people about
his
their
song
other
backstage.
experiences on other projects.
What do you mean he's
And
new
it
to
can
the
be
film
really
industry?
scary,
It's been
because
10
usually,
years.
from what I understand, every production has one member
Says Matt
of the
Walton,
cast
chase a
or
bag
one
of
person
swine.
on staff, or
Yeah,
just one person
true.
that causes problems or something like that. We didn't have anything like that. Nothing like that. Everybody was just phenomenal. They were just a joy to work with.
What about
Enjoyed
Sheddy?
filming was really fun. So it was a really fun experience, and in the end, I'm just happy that the fans were happy with it. Now, that's not to say the film didn't have its places that have been improved, and we're all and we all, me and
What?
Emma and Jason Blum, would
Shut
definitely chat about
Who did you
that.
tell shut up?
Looking to make sure the second movie is
It's Scott.
What'd he
a
say?
step up and an improvement. So,
He's just
lots of
talking.
good things to
I
look
don't know.
forward to, I think.
Yes, exciting.
Just like,
Yeah,
shut
you know
up.
about the fan reaction. The fans absolutely.
I just
loved
wanted to go
it.
see
Like,
the interview and
we
just
all
have
can't
Scott
wait for
play
the
with the
next
I
torture
hated it.
machine for
It's so
20
exciting,
minutes.
and I'm so glad it's actually happening as well.
I don't know what-
exciting
It
could have been a
times.
documentary
So,
about
you said that you've
Sheddy.
got a highlight of the 10 years of FNAF. If you could go back and change one thing in those 10
Make
years,
Sheddy the main
do you have
character.
anything that you would change? You can't say the box.
No,
Sheddy first
the
jazz
one
it
thing I would
ready.
change, I wish I could go back and have one more shot at FNAF World. I
Oh,
Yo!
but off-world.
Oh! Oh!
I mean,
know
there's
it
5
still
laps at Freddy's,
would
which is
probably
something
definitely be
similar.
the oddball in the series, no doubt. And maybe
Oh my God.
maybe it would still have been.
And
a-
he was caught, like,
a poor
updating it
decision
a
in
couple
general,
ago.
but there were just a lot of bad decisions made at the beginning of that project that doomed it from the start. Like, I was making it with mobile in mind, so it was a really slow resolution. I was thinking about it as a game on the phones. I tried to make the whole
one can-
game
no,
on
it's just
one
not.
frame in Click Team Fusion. That just means I wasn't allowing it to be as big as it could have been. I was trying to cram it all together for my own convenience. There were just several decisions.
They should
that
add
were made,
Sheddy to FNAF World.
that really hindered that. And also, I was in a rush because I was getting a little arrogant, thinking that, hey, anything I make is going to be gold, and then I definitely ate some humble pie with that. Really
Humble
quick.
pie.
And I learned that is not the case. And so I tried to be very careful to not make that mistake
Humble
again after
pie.
that. But yeah, if I could go back and
Sheddy
change one
pie,
thing, I wish I could maybe work with a different
It's
developer
just Scott.
and just really make it a.
He found a sword
high
blade in the
resolution
humble
game,
pie
and
and then it
really
Oh my
get good,
God.
maybe
And he-
get someone else to,
Wiz
help
just
with
said
those
he should ask
graphics.
Scott. He
It
has
could
been
have been a
donating
good
to.
game. It could have been a good game. Who knows? Maybe somewhere
He
down
said-
the line, if I get really antsy about
Did
it,
Scott
and have a lot
assassinate
of free
Donald
time on
Trump?
my hands, maybe FNAF 2 or FNAF World 2 might be a thing.
Yeah, I was about to say
Yo!
that. you could still get a different company to do a FNAF World game. It's not over yet. I think I've said this to you before. I love FNAF World. I think it is so underrated, and I always say,
Shut up, Dorco.
FNAF World is underrated. I love it so much. There's just a charm to it. I really do, and I know you don't like it, but I absolutely love it, man. I really do. I love everything about it.
If I had allowed myself to work on it for one more year, just like really double its development cycle and let it be a high res game, I bet it would have really been something. But like I said, who knows? Maybe for the sequel someday.
Let's move on to Steel Wall and the amazing Steel Wall Studios. That was the next game after Ultimate Custom Night. Help.
UCN!
One of my favourite games in VR. I absolutely loved it. What
It
did
did,
you
don't it,
like
the
working with Steel Wall? Were you nervous about it? Because I know it's a big thing to, you know, give a company your baby.
Sure it is.
basically, and let them
But that's also my baby.
do what you've
I don't
been doing
know.
for the past 5 years. How was it for the first time
Shreddies are
letting
some, bro.
someone else work on FNAF?
I was really nervous about it. I was really nervous. You know, I went several years still doing it by myself, even after I had the financial ability to pay other people. Again, I wasn't in that mentality of being able to do that. So even though I could have done that, I was still doing things just all by myself, all the way through Pizzeria Simulator.
Yeah.
But by then it was I knew that it was getting too much for me. I knew that I had to find another partner for it, and I was scared of that because, you know, there are stories all over the internet available about just games that went completely wrong because of games being mismanaged in the hands of, you know, development companies. And I'm sure that all of their pitches on the surface would have sounded the same, but I really got lucky. For that reason, I really feel like I got lucky, because whereas I probably could have accidentally ended up with a company that did botch something, I didn't. I think I really honestly believe that I landed with the best, just one of the best development companies. They've been just a pleasure to work with, and they've done a really great job. You know, this last one they did, Ruin, I thought it was so much fun. So much fun. And
Yeah.
I think that might be one of the I think that might be my favorite
Shut
thing
up,
they made
Scott!
was Ruin. And the things
Ruin!
that they had planned, which I'm not going to
Ruining
talk about,
time!
but the things that they have planned are really exciting too. So yeah, I've been really happy. It's been a really good experience. Well, I'll tell you, on Help Wanted, I was going to throw in, I'm happy with how Help Wanted came out, because at the time, and I don't have this anymore. I don't have a VR setup anymore. But whenever the first Help Wanted came out, I did have a VR setup. So I was able to beta test. And of course, I was leading the charge to want to beta test my own games. I got into the Funtime Auditorium and I noped out of it. I took the headset off, and I immediately got on the phone with Steel One and said, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to test it. You test it. You're going to test it. You'll find someone else to test it. I didn't even get jump scared by Foxy. I was just in there in the darkness, and I knew I wasn't going to do it. And I never played it again. And I never played Help Wanted, and I never played Help Wanted 2 either. And I'm not going to.
People need to understand it though, right? Because in the past, like when I've obviously done videos on Help Wanted 1 and 2, I get a comment saying like, it's not that scary, you're overreacted, it's not that bad. But you don't know until you've literally put on the headset, right?
Yeah.
It's completely different, you know, just watching it from a screen is compared to having the actual headset on. It's terrifying.
Yeah, completely different experience.
My other question, Glitch Trap is one of my favourite characters in FNAF now. I absolutely love Glitch
Yeah,
Trap.
Dope Shop. Shit.
What are your thoughts on Glitch Trap as a whole, with the development of Help Wanted?
I love the character. And I know that this is kind of one of the places where I know that there's a little bit of a divide with maybe me and the fan base, or maybe just within the fan base, because I always lean sci-fi. I have a tendency to lean sci-fi, even though I try to come back into the roots of the supernatural instead. But
what are you yapping about? Did you see Security Breach? There's nothing supernatural about that.
AI or possession of machines or circuitry, that I love that sort of thing. So I love the idea of glitch. I'm not a huge fan of the name. And here's the way that these things happen, okay? And this happened with Burn Trap too. Whenever I'm in the planning phase with Steel Wall, we come up with temporary names for these characters, you know? Whenever we're doing the pre-production document, I'll say, he's glitchy, we'll call him Glitch Trap. Oh yeah, he's Burn, we'll just call him Burn Trap. But then those names get embedded in the source code because they use
Bro, what the fuck?
names get embedded in the
Fuck.
source code
Right, you
because
see it, yeah?
because
Fix
they
your
use those
Wi-Fi.
temporary names also.
Alright.
And once they're in
Can
the
you see my
source
screen,
code,
yeah?
and once someone finds them in the source
Yeah.
code, that's it. Like that's the canon name now, and there's nothing I can do about it. And hopefully we're learning our lessons going forward to maybe find I don't know to just hone in on a better process there, because yes, I love the character. Not a huge fan of the name, but it is what it is for now. You know, it's the name.
I love Glitchtrap's name. Can you think of a name, like, on the spot, like what you would want to call him or not?
Oh, I have no idea. But you know what? A good example is Nexus, from Ring.
Oh.
Now, that
Max.
was a character where
Max.
even in just my design of the game, I thought that through, and I came up with that. And I'm really happy with it. I really like that name. It's a really cool name. But now, see, if I didn't have one of those ready to fire off, I might have thought up something like, I don't know, Purple Trap or
Trap.
or AI Trap or just
AI
something temporary,
Trap.
and then that would have been
Purple
the
Trap.
much worse than Nexus. So
After Help Wanted, we got Security Breach.
Purple Trap.
Were you happy with the release of Security Breach when it first came out?
No.
Security Breach, there's a really big story behind that.
Oh.
That was definitely a challenging period, and a lot of things just didn't align up perfectly for that, and there were a lot of reasons for that. I mean, obviously, I hear lots of studios and things kind of blame COVID for stuff, but there is a reason for that. COVID took well-structured work systems and suddenly scattered them and expected the work to continue to flow, and it just doesn't work that way. From my understanding, I'm pretty sure most, if not every, member of Steel Wool got scattered across the country, and we're trying to just carry on with the workflow.
Shredded.
And it was just really difficult. I think that's really the only example when my idea of how a game was going to go was misaligned with how things were going with Steel Wool, and I had a specific story for this in mind. Okay, for Security Breach, I really did. I had a very specific story in mind, and it is very different than the one that got in the game.
Oh.
And I think a part of that is the way that I conveyed that to Steel Wool, because what I was trying to do was I was trying to tell Steel Wool to do specific things throughout the game, put specific items in specific places, have specific characters do certain things, meanwhile not telling them what the story plot was. Because in my head, I was thinking, okay, when people find this, they will connect this to this to this, and it will all be revealed. And I thought I could do that without telling Steel Wool the story plot. That didn't work out very well, because they got all of these pieces and they thought it was their job to connect them in a way that made sense. And so really what you ended up having were the same pieces, but telling completely different stories. And since I was trying to kind of tell a specific story with mine that went a certain direction, they were taking pieces I didn't fully understand and trying to craft a story out of them. And again, I don't blame them for that. I blame myself for that, because I guess what I should have done is just said, hey, here's the story. Here's why these pieces are here. Here's how they're supposed to connect. And I can give you a really easy example for this. And I'm hesitant to say this because I don't like messing with the lore. But I think in this case, it's okay. When it comes to Burn Trap, originally, Burn Trap was never supposed to move. He was supposed to just be something you saw in the corners, or like if you were walking past machinery, you might be able to peek in between two things and see him in the corner or propped up against a wall, almost like a some kind of decaying movie prop, and you never fully understood what his purpose was. And he had a very specific purpose, and I'm not going to say what that purpose was, but realistically, he never moved. Well, obviously, that's not what we got in Security Breach. In Security Breach, we got a capsule opening and smoke blowing out, and him climbing out and coming to get you. And so it's just not quite the same thing. So, but anyway, it didn't turn out the way anybody wanted. But hey, whenever that happens, just like whenever I stepped in it a little bit with FNAF World, me and Steel Wool got together. We were like, look, all that matters now is making things right by the fan base. That's all that matters. We all had the best intentions going on. We all wanted to make a good product, and we went in and we made Ruin for it, and I hope that redeemed the game, and I feel like it did because I think it was really great. And anything that we do
Ruin
going
was pretty
forward
good.
that continues
I
that
love
story
Ruin.
has those same themes. I think we're just going to be in a much better situation to continue on.
So, the Ruin DLC came out a year ago now, which is crazy to think about. Time's going so quickly, and the fan reaction to that was amazing. Everybody loved it, and everybody's looking forward
Except
to
for
what's
Fizz
next. The ending of
Well, that was
Ruin
boring.
with a specific character that came out, a new character into the game.
The Mimic!
The Mimic!
Any thoughts on the Mimic?
I cannot share any thoughts on the Mimic other than I really like that character. This is a character that I really like and I'm really excited about. I think it's a really terrific antagonist, and I don't think it's the last that we've seen of the Mimic. That's all I'll say.
Yes. With that, do you have a favourite character
Yes.
It's more
in the
mimicking
Steel
time.
era of games?
Oh, I thought
I mean,
it was
Music
favourite
Man is
character in
too obvious
general.
of an answer, right? I mean,
Music
no,
Man.
I think all those characters turned out. In fact, I think this is why it's hard to pick a favorite. They've all turned out so well.
Not the time for the.
I've always really liked Vanny
Vanny.
as a character. I don't think that Vanny was utilized to her fullest potential,
She
and so
wasn't.
hopefully we'll
Yeah,
see
she wasn't.
another opportunity for Vanny to return as well. We'll see.
Yo.
Ooh,
Bring Bonnie back.
okay.
Bring Bonnie
Moving
back.
on to
Bring
the
Bonnie back.
books.
Not the books.
The books have been
Fuck
amazing. I've been doing
The
little summary
interactive
videos on the
novel.
channel with Fazbear Frights. That was awesome. How has it been working on Fazbear Frights?
It's actually really enjoyable. It's probably one of the most enjoyable things that I do because I just get to think up a really scary scenario, and then I create maybe a 10 to 15 page story out of it, and then I have writers that I work with, obviously, and they take that and they really flesh it out and fill it out and add the details and turn it into a full-length story, and I get to kind of just really see it come to life. So it's been really enjoyable, and that's something that I really enjoy. It's funny because it's one of those things where as long as I know that that's something that's happening in
Special
my life,
thanks
I
to
might
DJ
be
Sturf.
at the gym, or I might be watching the show and
At the
then suddenly
gym?
something
No
will come to
shit,
mind.
look at you,
And
you're
I'll be like,
buff.
oh man, this is gonna make a great story, and I get right home and I start working on it.
Do you have a favourite story out of all of them?
I think my favorite story it's probably Bunny Call.
What?
I know that's kind of an oddball
That
choice,
one
but
isn't
there's a
like.
reason for
It's
it,
not
'cause
really connected to
some of these
FNAF.
stories are based on my real life experiences.
What?
Bunny Call is not completely made up. I used to take
the fuck
my
you
family to
mean?
a
This
family
one isn't
summer
like-
camp.
So you
Okay.
tell me fucking
This is
Fazbear happened?
my two
Time
two
traveling
oldest boys were
ball
maybe
pits happened?
11 and 12 at the time.
Like
Or
animatronic
Fucking
dog
second
happened?
13, 14. It's hard to remember exactly when this was. But then I had younger two that were just babies still. And whenever we showed up at camp,
Fucking Fazbear.
and we were all in the auditorium signing up for activities, rafting and boating.
Hold on, I'll
one
be
of
back
the
in a
things you
minute.
could sign
I'm
up
still
for was a
listening to it. I
panda
just won't be
call.
able to talk in a
Okay,
second.
and a panda call it's a very deceiving title, because what that meant is that early in the morning, a bunch of the camp counselors dressed as killer clowns would come into your cabin,
Oh my god.
scare the crap out of your kids to wake them up early and drag them off to their daily activities. And so I signed up my two oldest, Ian and Braden, my old beta testers, or whenever all their lives testing my games, I signed them up for it. And I thought, oh yeah, this will be kind of fun. It was kind of fun until the next morning started rolling around. I started thinking about what I'd done, because then the next morning I woke up at 5 a.m. and I realized they're out there somewhere. Like this is happening right now. And I started listening for screams, and I started listening for noises, and I even snuck out and went outside. And it was dark, and there were crickets chirping, and I was looking around, and I just thought to myself, somewhere out here in the dark, in these trees, are a bunch of clowns, and they're coming to my cabin. and it was a really, really scary sensation. And so I just went back inside, and I looked at my family sleeping. I looked at my baby sleeping, and my kids, and my wife, and I was like, what have I done? Like, what have I done? Of course, it ended up not being a big deal, because then I just heard a soft knock at the door, and I opened it, and there was a row of killer clowns. I said, never mind, you guys, and they just walked on. And so
I'm back,
so
and I
it-
just realized, why the fuck
so it
is
wasn't a
Scott
big
talking
deal,
about
but
a
it was
row of
still
killer
really
clowns
eerie
as front door?
feeling like I had signed up for
What?
something that I'd regretted, and I couldn't undo it. And
It's
so
because it's a bunny call.
Oh, that's awesome. You said that
That's
you've
funny.
got relatable stories. Do you have a relatable story with
Fazgoo?
Fazgoo?
Fazgoo!
Oh my god!
Look, okay. Listen, anytime there's a series of a whole bunch
I
of
predicted it
different
for
things, you're gonna
Fazgoo's
have
friend.
some that are great, and then some that's like, well, like what was going on with this? You know,
I was going on
I
with this.
don't know how to
but it's
explain the
fucking
Fazgoo. I'm sure I had something in
Fazgoo.
mind that was really great, but you know, they can't all be winners.
They can't all
Now,
be
I will
winners.
say, a couple of the other
Fazgoo.
ones that had real life connections.
Good for a connection.
You know, sometimes you hear about people talking about their
I
sleep
hear
paralysis
you
demons
talking
or whatever.
in
That's never really made sense to me, but now it kind of makes sense to me, and I don't know why it does. Yeah, every once in a while, a person you'll wake up, but you'll still be paralyzed in your sleep, and for some reason, I guess in that moment, you're still half dreaming, and so you have a tendency to still maybe see something before you fully wake up. And the blackbird creature was mine.
What was Bruce seeing?
That creature.
When I wake up like half paralyzed, I see the
my
torture
sleep
machine.
paralysis demon, because I was on vacation. I was by myself, and I don't know what the circumstances
I'm
were.
back.
I was taking a midday nap, but I woke up with a jolt, and for a split second,
He's saying
I
that
saw
the
that thing
blackbird was
standing
his,
over me, and I couldn't move, and my body
sleep
was
paralysis
tingling.
demon?
I was just frozen up. And I was just so disoriented after that, but I never forgot that. And I knew immediately after that, it's like, I've got to get this into a story somewhere, like this crazy looking creature.
That is crazy.
This is such a
That is absolutely crazy. I've never had
Imagine.
sleep paralysis, so I don't know
Shreddy's
what my
my sleep
creature
paralysis
would look
demon.
like, but I hope it doesn't look like that.
I don't think it's a normal experience. I don't think it's an experience you should want to have. I don't
Yeah.
feel like it's a healthy thing. So if that hasn't happened to you, I think you're in a good place.
Do you have a least favorite story?
I don't know. I think it probably might be the Fazgoo.
No,
Or
not
I mean, come
Fazgoo.
on, it's got to be the one.
the one where
where
the guy gets pregnant.
The guy gets pregnant with Springtrap's baby. I'm not sure what I was thinking
Guy
about.
gets
You know,
pregnant. Isn't it
again,
Matt?
that's one of those things where, oh man, this is going to be really
Matt.
creepy. But then
Matt.
you step back and look at it from afar, and you're like, I don't know if this is a good
Why
idea.
did he
And
write
I
it
swear I
then?
wasn't picking on Matt Pat. That wasn't a
Matt.
story designed with Matt Pat in mind. It really wasn't. You know,
Matt
listen,
gets
whenever you're doing
pregnant
the
with
stories for this long,
Springtrap's
eventually you just
baby.
run out of names, and you're going
Yeah.
to cover all the names. You know.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'll get around to Dawko, you know, and so if you see Dawko in one of these stories, it's not something personal. It's just because I ran out of names, you know.
I don't know. Dorko is a very specific name that you'd have to get to.
Lewis.
I probably have a few more to go through before I get to that, so you don't have anything to worry
Lewis.
about.
When doing my summary
Lewis
videos,
Dawkins.
and I know a
When
lot
did
of
my
people
summary
say the
video?
same.
First
People
self-promoting.
loved Goosebumps when
People
they were
loved
kids.
Goosebumps.
Find these really relatable, right? And I know kids at school now read
Fucking
Fazbear Frights
Goosebumps.
like
Reader,
they're
beware, you're in
Goosebumps
for a
books.
scare.
And as a kid, my favourite TV show was Goosebumps.
As a kid, my favorite
Would you
TV show was the
ever
Shreddy
think
show.
about,
I love the
like
Shreddy
idea of
Chronicles. It was
Fazbear
just like an
Frights ever
amazing show.
being, like a TV show
I
like
loved
Goosebumps,
I
where
loved
it's like a
Shreddy
series of
Adventures.
some of the best stories or something adapted.
Oh yeah,
The Shreddy
definitely.
memories.
And that's something that can definitely happen, especially now that the first
Wait, what happened?
movie came out and was successful.
Oh,
I think
a TV
that
about
show.
opens the door
TV
to lots of
series.
other potential
Is your
opportunities.
Wi-Fi
The only
broken?
thing to be mindful of is I don't want to
Why is it lagging?
oversaturate the market and just create too much. And I
No,
think,
it's just like
sometimes
because you were
we get a
wondering
little
why.
bit of that
What
where
was it?
franchises
Was
have
it?
movies and too many TV shows, and it just kind
My
of
live
waters
stream's
everything down.
fine.
But
Is my
but
share
I
screen
really
No, I'm
do
lagging?
just-
like
I'm
that idea,
wondering.
and it is definitely something that could happen.
I mean,
for
it
sure.
lags sometimes. Yeah, that
So
might
the
just be a
next
Discord
segment
thing.
is the FNAF movie. I've got some questions for you, Scott.
Oh,
first
that's
off,
Shreddy.
I absolutely
No,
loved
no,
the
no,
movie,
it's
and
gone.
I know a lot of people did as well. The fans absolutely loved it.
Shreddy.
And it did really well.
Right,
at
you're
the
back
box
on it
office.
now.
Give me
It was
Shreddy.
Super successful. Congratulations
Pretty
to
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Blumhouse, Universal.
yeah.
First question is, how was working on the first FNAF movie after waiting
Shreddy.
so long after announcing it?
Please
back
just-
in
please just say,
2015?
well, you know, I had the
You emailed
Shreddy
me
virus
back
to
in
get me through it.
2015, about it. I still remember that email. But yeah, how was it?
It took a really long time to get off the ground, really just because of the screenplay. But after the screenplay was really locked in, from there, all the wheels started turning. You know, all the engines fired, and it took off, and it was a really fun
All the
experience from
saws
there.
started spinning.
And really, the screenplay had a lot of challenges because of what it was, and it's really
If the torture
you know,
machine
throughout
was
all of
turned
those
off, the
years,
FNAF movie
I
would have
worked with
stopped to move.
a lot of
The
different
FNAF movie would have
directors, a
stopped
lot of
happening.
different writers, a lot of really talented people that eventually would end up leaving the project, but still really talented people. And it
Oh,
was
yeah, like
really
Gil
just a
Kane
matter
and
of
stuff.
there's just material that's difficult
Please,
to translate
please talk about
to the
Shreddy.
screen. And one of the biggest issues is the
Surely they get no
animatronics,
spring-
obviously being the
screen
monsters in the monster movie. If I
The
were to
monsters in the
approach
monster movie.
any writer of a horror movie,
The
or any
monster
director and say,
mash.
okay, here are
Is
your
the
monsters.
song. The monster
Go make a
mash.
monster movie with them. That's easy. You know, you give them all a knife. You go in. You just make your generic slasher, but just have it be, you know,
The
Freddy
banana
Krueger, Jason
splits.
Foxy doing the slashing. The nuance here is that these animatronics are possessed by the spirits of kids, and these are innocent kids. These
No, they're
are
not.
victims
Not that
of-
innocent, okay?
So it's very very difficult.
Not
to
that innocent.
Still
okay.
have a horror movie, still have those kills that you need, but still preserve
That's
the
why you
innocence of those
have
kids.
Shreddy Fast
And
Chair.
it's a
That's his
really
whole
difficult thing
purpose,
do,
to
and there
kill
were several
things.
Screenplays.
You
that did not hit
Shreddy!
that mark, and I was. I
Make
think I was
Shreddy
more
take up the whole
cautious
kill
about that
count.
and more picky about that than anything else.
Put every
If
single
the
Vando in
the
there.
innocence of those spirits
Exactly.
was not preserved properly, I wasn't gonna go forward with it. And so, you know, one quick example is the way that we
Shreddy!
were able to have a couple of kills in the movie.
Wait,
was
please
obviously
talk
the
about Shreddy,
vandals.
talk about
You know, you have
Shreddy,
a
talk
group
about
of people
Shreddy.
who are breaking in,
Talk about Shreddy,
they're
talk about
disrespecting
Shreddy.
the
Mention
place,
Shreddy about the
trashing
night
the
dog.
place. They're there with
Please,
bad
please,
intentions.
please,
And then
please.
you
Please.
combine that with the fact that these
Please.
animatronics are, you know, the spirits in them are these
Please.
basically.
I summoned
lost
Shreddy!
back into a corner.
I
You get
summoned
kind of left with
Shreddy!
this impression that adults are out to get them, and then you have these violent adults breaking in. And so it allows you to have that kill count while still being like, well, I can kind of see how that might happen. It was a tricky thing to do, but I think we were able to accomplish that.
Manipulated by William Afton still as well.
Yeah,
right?
that's right. That's absolutely right.
Please, no,
The
no,
drawing
talk
on
about
the wall
Shreddy.
was
Talk
also
about
kind of
Shreddy.
this layer,
Talk
this
about
blanket of
Shreddy.
manipulation over them
Shreddy, I
all. So all
beg!
those things combined,
Please,
you
please.
can
Is
see how
Shreddy
that,
manipulated?
could happen while it not necessarily being the fault of the kids.
Please.
With the fort scene as well.
Shreddy
No!
manipulated.
Double shut the
I know
fuck
some
up
people
now, talking
might
about
be
kills!
confused, like, why are they building a fort? But I got it straight away. You know, you just want to show the audience that they're just kids, right? You know. Were you happy with the first movie
No!
that came out?
Please.
Yes, I am.
Damn
I am
it.
very happy. I mean, look, anytime anybody
No.
I
Get
think
back,
pretty much anybody who's
get
been
back
through
to
a
your
process
fucking
like
Shreddy
this
Fast
would be
Chair,
able to look
okay?
back.
Talk
I
about
do this with my kids,
Shreddy.
too. You look back and you're like, well, I wish I'd tweaked this.
Fucking
Oh, maybe this
bullshit,
could have been like
dumbass.
this.
I hope he
Maybe this could have
fucking
been like that.
burns.
But you have to just really take a
Bullshit,
step back and look at it as
dumbass.
a whole
He
and
can
where
go
it
eat
came
shit.
from, all the things that could have gone wrong, and all the things that went right.
Can go
be
eat shell, man,
grateful that so many
mailbox.
things just fell into
Oh shit,
place.
it's got Cawthon's
You know,
mailbox.
and I
now.
can give you a really quick example of why I don't want to second guess too
Send
much.
shit
You know,
to
at the
P.O. box.
11th hour of this movie coming
I'm
together,
just gonna email him the middle finger.
we still really didn't have a music composer, and I'd really wanted to
Music
see
composer. Get me to be the music composer!
intro, but we didn't have anybody idea of what kind of music we were looking for. 11th
Talk
hour,
about
the Newton
Shreddy.
brothers come in and they write out that banger of a track.
That banger of a
absolutely
track.
insane. Like I listened.
Yeah, a
to
bunch of
that
kids
the first
going
time.
la la
Theme
la la la
song? Does
la.
Final Fantasy Freddy's have a theme song? You know, and I called you know Emma Tammy on the phone. I was like, wait, do we have a theme song now? Like I can't tell you how excited I was over that. And you better believe you're going to hear that
Talk
again at
about
the beginning of
Shreddy.
the second movie too.
Oh?
I mean, like, that was just so incredible. The Newton brothers just
La
knocked that out of the
la
park.
la la la
So yeah,
la.
so many things went right that I
That's
don't
gonna
think-
be in the
I don't think I'm
intro
gonna
to
dwell
the
too
second
much on,
movie as well.
you know, what I would go back and try to do
torture
differently.
machine and
As
going
we know, the
burr
movie
burr
was a
burr
major
burr
hit,
burr.
in 2023. Super
Shush,
successful.
shush.
Biggest horror movie of 2023 as well. How does that feel seeing that happen?
It's nice. That
Talk
part is
about
nice.
Shreddy.
It's more important to me
I
that
wanna die.
if the critics had loved it, but the fan base was grumbling and saying, "Wait, this isn't how it is in the lore. Wait, we didn't like this. I don't like how they did this,
Fan
this, and
base
this,"
was
and the fan base was
grumbling.
unhappy. That would be a failure to me. I'm perfectly happy with all the critics hating it and the fan base reacting positively to it. So yes, it is nice that the movie was successful. However, that is not the correct metric by which to judge the success of this movie. And in fact, opening night, which was Thursday night, you know, where I am, I went to the very first showing, and the theater was pretty much empty. There were only a couple other people in there, but it was a 1 o'clock showing.
Oh.
So, but still, I saw that as kind of a bad sign. But I just watched it anyway. Then I went to the next showing, which was just later in the evening, and I told myself I wasn't going to go online. I wasn't going to read any reviews. I had already told everybody at Blumhouse, and I told my legal team, don't talk to me, don't call me, don't email me, don't send me charts.
First being a
don't send me
dick about it,
facts or
don't
figures. I
call
don't hear
me,
anything
don't
about
text me,
Of course,
don't email me, don't shred me.
I
I
just wanted
do
to experience what everybody else is experiencing. Well,
We're just
before
cut
I
them
went into
all
that
out.
second showing, I was just by
Don't
myself.
email me,
And then later that
don't
evening, my whole
call
family
me.
was coming into town, by the way. My whole family
Please
was coming
don't
to town to watch the movie
this.
with me that night. But this showing I was still singing by myself. I was checking my email,
Scott
and I
just sent an
accidentally
image
saw one of
saying,
the
please
reviews,
don't do this.
and I saw that it was terrible. And that opened the floodgates, and I went and started reading all of the other reviews.
That opened the
And I
floodgates.
immediately texted my family saying, don't come. Don't come.
Please don't do
This is
this.
over. I want to be by myself. And I was already thinking in my head, like, how am I going to write a letter?
It's over.
Please don't
How am I
do
going to
this.
write a letter?
No, my
to the
dog's
fans
knocking my mouse
apologizing to
over.
us for just wasting everybody's
My
time.
dog.
And I was just incredibly depressed.
I was
But
incredibly depressed.
somehow Jason Blum caught wind of
Caught
this. I don't
wind
know
of
who I
this.
asked the question to or what I said, but he started just bombarding me with text messages saying, Scott, the fans love it. The fans love it. The movie's a big hit. Everything's great. He was just in all caps, everything all caps. My phone was just blowing with all caps texts. And so he really talked me through that. To try to
We
encourage
really
me that
shredded the
even though
movie
critics
choice of
hated it,
this one.
there was a lot. There was a lot to be loved there by the
We
fans.
really
And so
shredded
then
the
I had my
fan
family
base
come
with
to town
this one.
anyway, and we just sat in a packed theater and listened to the cheers and enthusiasm, and it really lifted my
We
spirits.
really-
But for
we
a couple of hours
shredded
there,
it.
When everyone's so
I was
shreddy,
pretty
they all
distraught. I
jump
was
We
the
really,
right.
we,
just
we
a
really
complete
made some
disaster.
shreddy memories
But
of
it
this one.
wasn't.
But it wasn't.
Yay.
It all worked out okay. It all worked out okay.
Yeah.
And again, the movie's not perfect. There's definitely room to improve.
God
But
fucking right.
but yeah, I'm definitely happy that it was in general received well by the fan base.
General,
The second movie, which is
Talk about
it's
Shady
been
in the
announced
second
that it's
movie.
going to be coming out in 2025, December 2025.
Yeah, December 5th, 2025, I think.
Is there anything exciting to talk about on the second movie?
Come on.
You want to say?
I'm not going to
Cast-
give away too many
casting.
details. But I will say that I'm following kind of the same formula where the first movie is focused on the first game. So I'm going to try to carry on that tradition onward with future movies. And I think that is absolutely the way to go. And I think everyone's going to be really, really excited.
So the
about what's
Wizard,
planned for
so
the
it's gonna
second
be-
movie. The first one was really
Shreddy
challenging.
cube, though. Make a
There's so much
Shreddy
setup.
cube.
It's like, how do you establish all of this? But now that we have that launch pad, where to go from
launch
there?
pad? Remember this
became
at
a lot
Fortnite?
Just more natural. It felt.
Wait,
a lot
it's
more
teasing.
natural.
It's teasing
And
for
we were able
tomorrow.
to really
It's a
craft
teaser.
just a really great story, I think, and I'm really excited about it. And I won't say anything more, but I'm really hopeful that everyone's gonna really love what's gonna come around December 2025.
Yeah.
December!
What goes
Is-
around
is-
comes
is Emma
around.
back and everything?
Oh yeah,
What
yeah,
goes
Emma's gonna be
around
back. She did
comes
such a great job on that
around.
first one.
Yeah, that's really good having the same director. So now we're going to be talking about
Into the Pit, I must admit.
the new game that's coming out
Call
on
the
Mega Cat
new-
Studios. We just got the trailer, another trailer.
Talk about Help Wanted 2, bro.
last week, and it looks amazing.
Talk about Shreddy.
It looks so good.
Talk about Shreddy as well.
How has it been working on the game based on a Fazbear Fright story?
It's definitely been a unique experience. I first started talking to Meg. I mean, it's been years and years.
Meg?
since that
Who
game
the
has been
fuck's
in
Meg?
development.
Meg.
Originally,
Who's Meg?
Just, little
Megan.
novelty one-offs, like, oh yeah, here's this little company that makes 16-bit cartridges, and that was immediately appealing to me because I'm all about the Super Nintendo. And so if I could make
See if
something
Doggo
on
talks
a-
about his
on the
fucking
Super
fan
Nintendo
game in a
cartridge,
minute here.
sign me up. That was the most exciting thing. The most exciting product.
Yeah,
that
I'm
I've
making
ever
a
worked on.
Nintendo
It was still
64
just
game.
supposed to be a novelty, but as the development went on, everybody was looking at it thinking, this looks pretty good. This actually looks really good. And so
This looks
they
really
just
good.
kept on going
This
with
looks
it.
really
They
good.
could have stopped a lot sooner, and
This
they
is
could
great.
have stopped with just a little simple novelty game, but they just kept going, and I kept looking at thinking, yeah, keep going, and they
Keep
kept going,
shredding your
and I would
thing,
keep
bro.
looking at it, and it just turned
Keep
into this
shredding. Keep making a
big,
banger.
full-fledged,
Keep making
full-sized
bangers.
game. So we obviously decided to venture away from
Keep making those
strictly
shreddy
the
memories.
cartridges, so that everybody can be able to play it on Steam and everything. But it's really unique. It's just a really, really unique game, and I do love that it really gets into just this really gritty kind of
Really
these
shreddy
gritty
kind
graphics
of.
that I haven't seen since
Shreddy
since the
graphics.
late '90s. Whenever you had those point and click type adventures, and you had that real kind of that pixelated
Gritty.
art style that can be really creepy at times. I don't know. It's going to be a really unique experience, and I think that everyone's going to really be excited about it. I really do.
I can't wait to
Awesome.
play
I
it.
can't wait to play it. How has it been?
Dog, stop
working
fucking
with
copying me, you
Megacat
dickhead.
Studios then.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
been
you
great.
dickhead.
It's been really great. I really haven't had to give them. I mean, I have had to give them direction, but for the most part, it's been weird. They would go into the hole.
The
for
hole?
6,
What the
7,
fuck
8
do you
months
mean,
at a
the
time, and I wouldn't hear anything from to the point where I thought, is this okay? And I would even.
It's not okay.
tell
They're in the
my-
fucking
I'd talk to
hole.
the other people that I work with. It's like, is this game okay? Is this going to be
They're
okay?
in the-
Are they okay?
Is this game
Why
okay?
did
Are
you
they
do this?
okay? Are they in the
Over there?
torture machine?
But then I would get an update, and it would just be all this crazy
Are
new
they
stuff
okay?
and all this crazy detail, this fluid animation. It's just crazy stuff.
Crazy.
And
Shut
then
the
go back
fuck
to the
up,
hole
Scott.
again for 5, 6, 7 months, and then we just
6
repeat
months!
that cycle. But now here we are finally at the end of that road, and I think it's just turned out really great. Like I said, really unique, and I think everybody's gonna really like it.
The reaction to the trailer has been amazing. All positive feedback about it. Super excited. People love it. The story of Into the Pit as well. Into the Pit's probably my favourite Fazbear Fright story.
Why did Scott say that? He
we've
said
got
fucking
positive
Bonnie
feedback
Call.
about it. What do you see for the future of FNAF spin-offs?
Make a shreddy, give shreddy, give shreddy, give.
Shreddy spin-off.
Oh, it's
Shreddy's
definitely a
fun.
possibility. In fact,
Shreddy
I'd really
quality.
like them to start working on Fetch.
Oh!
Fetch would make a really good game
Oh.
after this. You know, some stories obviously cater.
I don't
toward-
think
toward
Shreddy
being
would.
a good game than others.
Fetch would be
But,
as good.
There's something
Make-
really
make a
scary
Fazgoo game.
about the thought of something always being out there and kind of watching your house.
Make a pregnant
and then-
spring chuck game.
And then trying to come in and do things for you. Like, this is kind of a scary
Make a
thought.
count
The thought,
the
that,
ways
the
game.
thought that I might be online shopping and looking for a specific thing and somehow
Count
something out
the
there,
way.
hearing that and receiving that, and then
And
getting
Brent Doco
come
has
to
an
me,
Into the Pit Easter
sneak
egg in
inside
this game.
and put it somewhere without me knowing that it was
Versus
there.
Doco
This
says,
is a
"I
creepy
did that
scenario. It's a
bit."
creepy setup. And I think it'd be a really cool game to have to stop this thing, because obviously Fetch was out doing a lot of menacing things. To have to sneak
things.
around a neighborhood and stop this thing that's
Lots
sneaking
of
around so
torturous
undetected. I don't know. I think it'd be a really cool game. So hopefully that'll be the next project. We'll see.
As the franchise has grown bigger,
Shut the fuck
what
up.
challenges have you faced with running a franchise of this size? Is there anything you could be doing
I couldn't
better?
focus on
I
Shreddy
think
first.
something I should have maybe done better.
I think we could have added our
better-
6 months on the
a better
development cycle of
structure
our
in place as
games.
far as people to talk to the fan base. You know, I've always kept that on myself all during the years, and in the early years, I think that worked great because it was a little indie game, a little indie community,
Little
and then
indie
me,
community.
the indie dev, just chatting with the community and
Just
talking.
chatting, you know.
As the years go
Shredding.
by and
Dude, there's only
the
8
franchise
minutes
gets
left.
bigger and bigger.
It's a real.
I don't
This
know.
was a really
I feel like
shitty
I've
interview.
slowly kind of
I must
lost
admit.
touch.
No, I
with the
really
fan
like
base,
this one.
unfortunately.
I like
it's
it.
not that same.
It's not as good as the first one.
It's not that same relationship that it used to be. I really
Nah,
used to enjoy
I-
chatting with everybody and just kind of.
I liked what he
I
talked
don't know.
about security.
and,
breach.
and I guess that's expected because
I wish he
FNAF
talked about
is more of
Shreddy.
a-
Like,
It is more of a
legitimately.
big,
Yeah,
it's kind of
really.
just kind of a bigger thing now. And
I'm
it's
excited for the
bigger
box
than
thing.
One person, and I can't just pretend like I can
Hopefully he
hop
brings us up
online and
again.
chat with everybody and solve everybody's problems anymore. Used to, I kind of could. I could just go in there and chat with everybody and resolve little problems as if it
Little
was like
problems.
it's the squabble on a forum. I can always just step in
Squabble?
and solve it, but it's just not the same. And I think that I should have realized that sooner. And I'm really only realizing that this year that I really need to have a better structure in place. You know, and the fan base deserves that. The franchise deserves that. The fan base deserves that, to have more people in charge and running a Twitter page and official news feeds. You know, an official news feed, so that there's
Give
not
us
so
a
much
torture machine
confusion
as well.
about
I know.
what's real and
I
what's
really
not
want a torture
real,
machine
and
for Christmas.
real news and fake news, and is this confirmed? Is this not confirmed?
Me
You know, I
too.
could have avoided years of that if I just kind
Oh,
of
Shreddy.
had a better structure in place with people to listen to, and like I said, a news feed and someone else to just provide better answers to the fan base. So I'm trying to get all that in place, and I really think I think it would just better serve the fan base. And I think everybody would be a little happier if it's not just me trying to jump in and straighten things out when needed.
Straighten
I
things
think
out.
the Twitter's a great idea.
Yeah.
We're recording this in June, but you know,
We're
was
recording
announced
this
today.
6
The
months.
schedule for what's coming out during that week is
Scott
really
Games.
exciting and really good. So people, can get excited for the anniversary. They kind of know what's coming, which is really exciting. And communication like that, it's people have really appreciated that. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you, Scott.
Looking forward to seeing what happens next on the
Thank
Twitter.
you for the
they
shreddy
announce. And
memories.
apart from the second movie to look forward to, is there anything else you could hint at?
He just fucking starts
for
making the shreddy.
Shreddy!
Or any little hints to get people excited
Come on.
for the future?
One of the good things is going to be coming from Steel
Bro,
Wool,
I'm
but
so
that's going to
fucking
be
sick of
announced
Steel Wool.
here in this same week that your interview is going to air. So I
Carnival!
think that's
Oh my
in
God.
fact, I'm not sure if it was right before this or right after this.
Yeah.
It might have been right after this.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay. And obviously everybody knows about the movie, and right now the books are these interactive books, which I read things like that growing up, and so I'm excited about those. And I've tried to add some depth into those to where you can actually collect items in them and things like that. So it's really not just about picking a path; it's about picking a path and getting something, and then going to the other path and being able to use something. So it makes it more interesting and more intricate. But yeah, I mean, that's the plan for movies, games, and books. And I already told you my hope for the next Mega Cat game. And there is another game planned with
Okay.
Steel Wool, but that's not going to be announced for a while yet. So I can't talk about that. But there is
Okay, so it's
something
not a
down
new
the pipe.
game. It's a DLC.
Okay.
Even
You and
beyond
You and
being
DLC
announced
too.
this week, there's something beyond. But I can't talk about that.
Oh, help.
Yeah, so I won't spoil anything, but I read the week before, guys, and it is
What is the week before?
good. So please,
It's the interactive novel.
Check it out when it comes out. I'm looking forward to the Into the Pit one. VIP.
Yes, Into the
is
Pit.
the interactive novel VIP another one as well?
Yes, yeah. VIP is it's one that I did with Scholastic, just like the others, but it's just going to be free. It's specifically for this event. I mean, I might still be included in a box set later down the road, but no, for this week, it was made specifically for this event, by the same author, I believe, as the week before. So if you enjoyed that one, you'll enjoy VIP. And I really love the story for VIP. I'm not going to ruin it, but it might be one of my favorites. Everybody really enjoys that.
That's awesome. I'm pretty sure it comes out before the interview, so
Okay,
yeah.
great.
Future me, if you're watching, you probably loved it. There is a collab announcement tomorrow.
Fortnite!
Whatever it is, I don't know, but it seems that you've been more open with collaborations.
See if it's just the
with
fucking
games
Roblox game.
recently, the Funko one as well. Are you more open to more collabs since we last spoke during the last interview? Would you be interested in whatever it is? I don't know, like Fortnite or Dead by Daylight. Have those popped into your head at all? Or
I'm very careful with collaborations because I want to protect the brand and I want to make sure that Five Nights at Freddy's stays as Five Nights at Freddy's. And there are some games where even if I really enjoy the game, it just doesn't feel like
It's not
it
Fortnite
doesn't feel like a
then.
good match. It feels like a mismatch. The brand integrity is the most important thing for me, and keeping
Dead by
everything
Daylight would be better, I think.
feeling like it belongs. And so that's really been my only hesitancy. I feel like I am branching out a little bit, and I am a little bit more open to those things than maybe I was in the early years, but I'm still very careful about it. We'll just see. We'll see how things go.
okay. Anything else you would like to add to finish?
Talk
off
about the
interview?
Let's see here. No, I mean, I think things are in a good place.
You
And
said
like
they
I
get
said, I
back
think
to the
that the
box
things that
theater.
the things that are on the horizon
Yeah.
are all things to be excited about, and I think that everybody's going to really enjoy. The things that the fan base really going to enjoy. And I wish I could talk about those more, but I don't feel like I can.
So, do you think we're going to have another interview in 10 years' time?
It doesn't have to be 10 years. We can try to do this a little bit more often.
Like, what, every 5 years?
Yeah, every 5 years. There we go.
Okay. Shaking your hands.
Just make it a
virtually.
regular thing.
Okay, awesome. The biggest thing that everybody has been begging me for this interview
Shreddy.
Shreddy!
when I announced it is the box. That is, everybody just wants to know.
Wait, they're
anything
just
about
It's
gonna cut,
Shreddy.
they're gonna
It's
cut the interview off here. What do you
It's the
say?
biggest mystery out of the whole 10 years of FNAF, I would say. Maybe Midnight Motorist is number 2.
Oh, I know what happened
But
with
yeah,
that.
I'd say the box is the biggest.
It's just in fucking.
The biggest
in this
mystery
5
that
laps of
everybody
Reddit.
wants, like even a tiny snippet of.
It's shitty.
It's just a saw blade.
Help.
I was like,
Okay.
It's just the
Okay,
Snorky
well,
song
I
vinyl.
can try to give somewhat of an answer to that, even though it might not be extremely satisfying for a lot of people.
okay.
So
Okay.
I would
Torture
encourage
sheet's a
people
painful
to
machine, it's
turn
not
off the
satisfying.
interview if they don't want an
Turn
answer
off
that they
the
might not be happy
interview.
with. But you know,
Turn it
whenever I'm
off.
making
No,
these
don't.
games,
Turn off the
there are a
torture
lot of
machine.
things that are
Turn
in
the
my
blades
head
off.
that are just flowing ideas.
He's gonna rip
and
me down.
when
I'm
I
seeing
have them and
double.
put them there, it's the first half of something. It's like a string or a rope just like reaching out, and I know that what's there on the other end is there.
Dude,
I
there's like
trust that
30
it's there.
seconds
I know
left.
that it's there, and then whenever I progress forward, the rest of that just reappears. The rest of it appears and just fits into place perfectly.
I'm
That's
so
how all my
confused.
games have been made. I feel that there is something there, and I make the roads to get there for that to
Dude,
be revealed.
You have like
But then
15
sometimes
seconds.
when things do progress, the roads aren't always the same roads as the ones that had been planned before. And so what that means is, even though at the time something was definitely there, something was definitely reaching out to be there, and I could feel that it was there,
I thought
the
it was
progression
more
of the
than it
story
wasn't.
didn't go there. And so those strings never got pulled on, and those
What?
and the other half of that idea
Oh shit, there's another 1
remained
minute
in
and
remained
like
in the
30
remained in the
seconds because
ether,
it's
remained in my
42 minutes late.
subconscious.
Right.
All of that to say, there is something in the box, but I never pursued it, and I don't know if I can find it again. And I think that that's the
It's
best answer
lost.
that I can possibly give for that.
Scott, thank you
The
so
thing in the box
much
thought
for
it
the
was immortal,
interview.
but it wasn't.
Myself and everybody really does appreciate it. We're looking forward to the future. We're looking forward to this.
Then
week.
Retcon it just said to
Future me,
Torture Machine Blade
is
or something.
probably, stressing out, playing all the demos and getting ready for Into the Pit in a few days. I'm so excited for Into the Pit.
I must
I
admit,
really,
I'm
really
so
am.
excited
And all
for Into the Pit.
fanverse stuff as well. My Pop Goes and
The Joy of Creation.
that demo. I'm looking forward to playing all of those as well and reading the new book. There's a lot in that week. I'm gonna just be MIA that whole week. I've already told my friends and family, like, I'm not gonna be here for the whole week. Just don't call me.
Please don't do
text
this.
Me. I'm gonna be in this room just doing everything I can that week. And yeah, we really do appreciate it. So yeah, I think that's it. Which is really weird. That hour went so quick. Thank you guys for watching. Again, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Without you guys watching the channel, you know, I wouldn't be doing this in the first
Stop
place.
getting emotional. Shut up.
Interviewing Scott. So it really does mean a lot to me. Thank you so much. And yeah, I hope you all have a fantastic 10-year anniversary week. And you're all
Not
enjoying
one thing is
yourselves,
mentioned the
playing
Torture
demos
Machine.
and reading the books and
I
stuff.
know.
Are excited for Into the Pit. And Steel Wars announcement as well. That's so exciting. But yeah, thank you, Scott. I appreciate it. So yeah, we'll both leave now.
All right, sounds
Don't know
good. Thanks
how to
for
end it.
having me, Docco. Talk to you later.
Thank you, Scott. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Fuck you.
Oh shit.
Hey, do you think they'll
Jeez,
shoot us?
fucking fucking M&Ms.
You say the strangest thing.
Scott.
That was kind of shit. 56 minutes. For Dirt Mill for editing of this video. Dirt me, I mean. That interview was okay, I guess.
Mm.
They could have talked about so many more interesting things, though. Bro, like, how many views did that get, actually?
Scott, tell me.
What the fuck you mean Mr. Beast is gone? He's done!
What?
What the fuck do they mean Mr. Beast is done? He's done.
Where?
Here. He's done.
I'm gonna go now.
Okay.